Buckle up, today is going to be a wild one. I can tell just by the vibe in this room. What's going to happen? Literally, who knows? Okay. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Sarah. I own a handmade soap and candle business in Maryland. Now, normally when I make cold processed soaps, I use Brambleberry's Lots of Lather Quick Mix. But if you've watched recent videos, you know I ran out, and it has been a very strong goal of mine to use up all of the random oils that I have around in my supply closet. So today I am making one final, I don't want to say it's like a summer type of soap because it's really not, but I am making one final soap before I dive into my fall and holiday collection. Though I haven't formulated my own, usually what I do if I don't have any of the quick mix lying around is I use a recipe that you can find on Brambleberry. Really, truly today I am taking that full on leap, okay? So what I did was I formulated my own bar using the Brambleberry blog post about common oils for soap making. I'll have that linked at the top of the description below. And I just kind of went through, I looked at the oils that I had and read through the article and kind of like wrote down all of the different percentages that it's recommended to use each of those oils. And then I put it in their calculator to come up with a formula. So none of this is sponsored by Brambleberry. As you'll be able to see from my raw ingredients, they come from a variety of suppliers, but I know that this article was just super helpful for me, and I would not have been able to formulate my own recipe without using that article. It's very helpful. So again, I'll link that in the description below. As far as design and fragrance, this is going to be using the Lychee Rose fragrance oil from Dupe Fragrance. They did send this fragrance to me in PR, which was very exciting for me. I have a whole video, the thumbnail looks like this, where you can go and see kind of my first thoughts on different fragrances. I do have more coming from them. I ordered in a pre-order, which I'm pretty pumped for. So I'll be using the Lychee Rose from Dupe Fragrance. I think it smells really good, and I think that it will help me kind of hit a different demographic when I make it and take it to markets. So I'm very excited for that. Otherwise, let's get into it and wish me luck, because you know I'm going to need it, okay? A failed soap is something that happens quite often here on this channel. Let's go ahead and get into So I've got my oils mixed that went rather seamlessly, to be honest, which scares me a little bit because it's not normally that easy for me. So I got my oils cooling. I had to melt everything, obviously, and now they are all cooling. Then I just set up all of my colors. So let me show you what I'm doing with that. Just in case you wanted a little sneaky peek of something upcoming, look at, well, that's my new planner, but just in case you want, and if you want a little sneak peeky at something else coming up very soon, I have this stuff over here set up for an upcoming vlog. Don't forget to subscribe so you see when that is posted. All right, let's talk about these mica powders really quickly. So here we have the two colors that I'll be coloring my soap with. This is the French Silk Stockings from Wholesale Supplies Plus. This is titanium dioxide pigment. This is our fragrance oil. And then I have like a little bit of gold mica here. Just in case you're new to soap making, when you're mixing your colors in, what you want to do is get a little bit of the melted oils. It's called dispersing. You want to put the oil in a cup and then add your mica powder to it and then mix or blend it until they have become one. So that way, when you mix it in your soap batter, it won't be clumpy. The bar is going to be these two swirled together. Then obviously our fragrance oil we're going to add very last. And this gold here. So I just did a tiny bit of gold because I'm just going to swirl it into the top of the bar. So that's why there's only a little tiny bit of that there. Obviously, the other part of our soap making would be your lye and oils. I usually set mine up the night before I go to bed. That way it has time to cool, and in the morning when I'm ready to make, I can just hit the ground running. Obviously, I always cover it, and then I do put a note on top that says not to touch it and it's dangerous. My kids can't reach this. The note's there just to make sure, and obviously double check that like my husband when he leaves for work in the morning doesn't mess with that either. Now is just the classic waiting game. I just want the oils to come down within 10 degrees of my lye and rosewater solution. So what to do in the meantime? I mean, obviously I have plenty of things I can do, but I don't know. I guess I'll start cleaning up and I'll come back to you guys when we're ready to mix everything up and pour it. All right, it is now Friday. Yesterday we poured our rose bar here, and I'm gonna try filming it in my newly organized and set up studio. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am very unhappy with how this looks. That's super disappointing, if I can be completely honest with you guys. I think that there are two things happening with this bar. I think the first thing happening, and I've noticed this actually, so I got the French Silk Stockings mica powder from Wholesale Supplies Plus. And this is the second bar that I've used it in, and both bars turned out funky in color. Like, it wasn't the color that it appeared that it was going to be, like, on the jar. So I do think that that's partially the problem. I think another thing that could have gone wrong was the combination of oils. Like, maybe they were a little bit darker. All right, well, I don't really know what I'm going to do with this because, like I said, this is not the vibe. The swirl looks good, so there is a plus there, but this is not the vibe. That really, really stinks. I guess it'll just become a house bar, if you will. All right, well, if you are interested in seeing other soaps that I have made successfully and other soaps that I have made unsuccessfully, please check out my channel. I have plenty of both, honestly, over there. So I'll see you in the next one.